best way to get better at programming is to practice. And in this example, we want to look at how do we find the unique words of a given string of text. As always, this file is available for download using a link provided in the description below. You can then follow along or pause the video and try it on your own, then resume to check your answer. All right, so let's get started. How would we do this? Well, I've got this really large block of text, and the initial thing might be to go and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to say something like my set equals set and then the text. Then I'm going to print my set. But if you look at it, it breaks it down into the individual letters. It doesn't give us the words that we're hoping for. So I'm going to go inside my text and say text.split. And this is going to split it upon a character. What character? Well, in my case, I want the space. So by splitting up on a space, it lets me kind of find each of these new words. Now, if I come in here and run this, you'll see I get lots of words. However, I could actually have duplicate words because you'll notice, for example, there's some commas and periods, different things like that. So how do we split this up? Well, I'm going to use the chaining that we saw before. I say dot replace. What am I going to replace? Well, I'm going to replace a dot. What am I going to replace it with? Nothing. That gives me a new string. I'm going to do a replace on that. What am I replacing? The comma. What am I replacing it with? Nothing. And I can do this over and over again. Then I use the split after all my chaining is done. And I say, okay, is this what I want? Sure. Run it, and I get some answers. You'll notice that now I don't see those periods and commas and stuff. I do see, unfortunately, some things like new line characters and things like that I could still work on removing if I wanted to. So I can do as many of these replaces as I need to. I could even maybe say, you know what, let's do it all to lower. That way I don't have maybe a word that started at the beginning of a sentence that was also somewhere in the middle. So there's lots of little things I can do to work on getting the best possible solution. That split command converts this whole big text into a list, and then we use the set function to convert it to a set. So it's an interesting way of how we have to combine different types of methods and functions in order to get an answer that we can use. This is a good example of that. If you like seeing examples like this and want to see more, please consider subscribing so you can get other examples and learn how to program better.